Welcome, everybody. I'm Neil Cavuto. And after 118 congressional hearings, 23 House and Senate reports, 16 months after the attack, an untold number of dollars spent, still no one fired. Still no clear answers. Still so many questions. And Patricia Smith is just looking for answers. You see, her son Sean was killed in that attack. Patricia, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
All those hearings, Patricia, we haven't gotten any clear answers. What do you think?
Well, we've asked all the questions. They're just not doing any of the answers, and they're letting it go by the way it is. They don't care.
Do you think that this went very high up, that there was a deliberate lack of clear oversight, and they just botched it, they're just not admitting it?
That could be. I don't know the reasons behind it. You guys are probably the ones that should find out. I do know that they asked for help. They did not receive help. I would like to know the reason why they didn't get help. What is the reasoning behind that? There's got to be a reason why no help was sent after 8 requests. And then the only person that could answer this is Hillary. And she won't talk, and nobody will make her. And then she's going to run for president. Whoopee.
What do you think of that?
Well, I do not want her to be president. She makes terrible decisions, and until she can come up and explain why she did what she did and apologize for it and have somebody be responsible, claim responsibility for it, I won't be happy. My son is dead.
Patricia, what she said a year ago today, what difference does it make? In other words, at this point, rehashing all of this and what happened, the whole details behind this tragedy, what difference does it make? What do you say to that?
Well, it makes a big difference, but not to her, obviously. If it was her child, she would find out. I'm just totally frustrated because everything I say is turned around. It is not answered. I'm not getting any answers. It's been a year and I'm not getting answers. I get told ridiculous things by the administration that I don't know. I'm just frustrated, very frustrated. My son is dead and the government doesn't care. And it does make a difference.
Patricia, do you think that, I know in one of the hearings that you had said that you were concerned that if we don't get to the bottom of this, it could and likely will happen again. Others have echoed that view. What is your biggest fear? That if we do not get to the bottom of this, and here everyone says everyone's playing politics with this, the Democrats for ignoring it, Republicans for wanting to get to the bottom of it, whatever, that it will happen again. What do you think?
Absolutely. It's probably been happening all along and nobody's paid any attention to it because what difference does it make? I hear of all kinds of people getting killed and murdered and molested and everything out there in the in the Arabian lands and all those lands over there. I hear about all those people getting killed and murdered and chopped up and everything. And my son was there trying to do something for what the government wanted. He was there, he was doing his job, and he got killed. He was with the ambassador. He was the only one with the ambassador when all this started. I don't know why he was the only one with the ambassador. I don't know why they were together. But they were together doing their job, and somebody ought to tell Hillary, who was supposedly the boss, that it does make a difference.
Did that ever get explained to you? Because I wondered too, Patricia, that whether your son had been assigned to the ambassador on prior occasions or it was just on that fateful night. But it was never really answered as to how he ended up essentially alone with the ambassador in the middle of all this.
I don't know the reason.
So,
nobody told me. I didn't ask.
Right, right. So looking at this, did your son, if I'm bringing up something unpleasant, going back at the timeline here, Patricia, I apologize in by all means, you could tell me to shut up. But did your
No, I'm
son
okay.
ever convey to you how dicey things are getting there, or was it just a secret and that you didn't relay any of that to you? Your conversation was when, or a letter or correspondence from him?
Well, it was kind of awkward because he was always going someplace. As far as I know, he was always in The Hague. But he was always being sent out on whatever it was that they sent him out on. He was good at what he did, and obviously they wanted him there. I don't know why he was there. They haven't told me. I haven't asked, because that was his job, and he just giggled and laughed at me and says, "Mom, if I told you, I'd have to shoot you."
He never wanted you to get worried, did he?
No. But there's been, when he was in Iraq, he told me he was living in a trailer and working in a castle, in a palace. And then he sent me this tape or whatever it was of a bomb going off, and the thing, all you heard was woo, boom. And then he came back on the line. He said, "You hear that, Mom?" Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Patricia, I'm so sorry, and thank you for taking the time.
Mm-hmm.